Hello everyone, it's Kay here, and I thought it was time I came back and showed a little bit of what I've been doing over the past couple of weeks. I've actually been quite busy doing a few bits and pieces, working on a journal and that kind of thing. I've also made some nice embellishments for journals, which I'll show here. Amanda Charlesworth did a lovely video for me. But this is how they come packaged. There's 4 in a pack with a lobster claw. I've used crochet thread, different styles of pearls and flat back little doodads just to enhance the overall look of them, and they do sit very well on journals. So I've made several of those. They're not all identical, although the colour of the thread that I've used at the moment is. I have got other colours to introduce, but I don't want to put too much out there all at once, just in case they don't go. I've got them on my beaded page, Kay's Beaded Bling, over on Facebook, which I'll leave a link to under the video. If you should go along, please like the page if you like what you see there, and share. It's easy to order if you want to. All you do is message me on the page and I will pick up on that message and go from there. So those are the tassels. I then made these little lamp bulb pins that just sit onto the journal, and I've used these little, what they call dichroic hearts with a little pearl. All the findings are bronze effects, so they're quite vintagey looking, but when you see these little hearts in different lights, they do actually change colour. So whilst they look quite dark here, and of course they're against the background of the card, so you've got no light filtering through, they're actually very pretty colours. So that's another set there, and I think I've got 2 or 3 of those sets made, all in readiness. I then made these tiny little doodads here, which I absolutely adore, and it is just little, excuse my inky fingers, it is just tabs of lace, and it's cotton crochet, so it's not going to go anywhere or change colour or anything of that nature. They're held together with this lovely little ribbon claw which wraps itself around the edge of the lace and keeps it all together. There's then a tiny little jump ring with some tiny little seed beads and some acrylic buttons, which are quite nice in their own right. They're not all plain, there are little bits of indent on them and some embossing on some of them, but they are very pretty. So those are the other ones that I've used and put into my little shop. So I hope you didn't mind me sharing all of those again. It's just nice to have these things out there. People that have been to see them have quite enjoyed what they've found, which is always very nice to the person that's making them. I then went on to make a pocket letter, because I have fits and starts with pocket letters, and it is something that I like to go back to, primarily because they're all such little works of art in their own right. So this is my vintage style pocket letter, which I'll show you 3 cards at a time within the pocket, and it's just the traditional French look with the bird cages. I've embellished some of the pages, and I've also, if I take this little one out here, added lace on the bottom and some little stickles, glitter bits, just to bring out the beautiful floral arrangements on the card. As I say, I just made this for the sake of making it really, but if there is someone that would like to swap with me, then do leave a message for me. I'm quite happy to do so. So that's the first 3. Then you go on to the next page, and in the centre here I've got Believe in Daydreams, which I think is rather lovely. and then some more of the vintage style ephemera, if you like. There's a map here or a globe with some writing on it. I've added the little key. Here is a lovely corset on a stand, and again I think even through the cellophane you can pick up the glitter on it. It's very, very pretty, I have to say. And then the top layer is the cap with, believe, some more stickled glittery bits, and then another bird there. I just added a couple of little bits here and there just to add a little extra something to the pocket letter. I then put on this cotton lace all the way down through the side, and then there is this little tribute of lace just on the top edge of the pocket, and it just sits there and adds to the overall look of the pocket letters. So that was that one. And then I was watching my dear friend, who I absolutely adore, Marina Hopkinson, who is such a lovely, lovely lady and so very, very clever. Her work is unique. I've raved about her before. And I just find her an absolute pleasure to know. I love watching her videos. She's totally natural. She doesn't take anything for granted, and you know what her overview seems to be is, oh well, if you like it you do, and if you don't, well, too bad because I do, which is a rather lovely outlook when we're all here hoping that people like what we've put forward. She really is the exception to the rule. But what she did was showed some things that she'd made, including a little A.T.C booklet, which I absolutely fell in love with, and Marina took it from a tutorial from a lady called Teresa Morgan. So I duly went along to have a look, and I have to say I am so glad that I did, because I'm absolutely delighted with the outcome. And all you need is to start off with, but I've got all the measurements now, is a mini cereal box that you transform into a lovely little A.T.C journal. And I can't tell you, I'm absolutely thrilled to little mint balls with this. The tutorial is self-explanatory. I think it's about a 9-minute tutorial, something of that nature, because clearly the Teresa's got everything cut out and that, all of that kind of thing. And then you just get these sleeves. They're made by the people that do the pocket letter sleeves, only these are individual. And you pop them into your little journal that you've made, and each of the pages then, if I show you the ones that I've put in here, I've got a lovely, lovely collection, because I held a challenge a while back and have received A.T.Cs in the meantime and made A.T.Cs myself. And at the moment they're in a great big folder, and I thought, well, if I could transfer them all over into something of this size, it's easier to store, and it's just so lovely to be able to flick through, see the people that I've swapped with or that entered my challenge in the past. You see their names and everything, but it is such a lovely idea. And this little booklet holds around, I'm going to say around 12. Teresa made hers to hold 13, but I didn't want to do that. I live at number 13, that's quite enough. And then on the side I put one of my little safety pin dangles, and it just finishes up the spine. But the film crew has actually proffered a little something here from his glass work and silver work that I might swap up or even add to the mix, because it will fit in with my colours quite nicely. So that was the first one that I made. But of course, when you're on a roll and you've got these things going on, I had to go and make another one, didn't I? So I did, and here it is. And it's exactly the same. I think this is probably a little bit longer than the first one, although not by very much. There's not a lot in it at all. And again, I just took the measurements from the first one, from the box when it was cut down, and went on to put all the paper around it. These are papers from a lady on Facebook, Papier something or other, I can't remember. And this is a flower that I got from a set from Lemon Crafts, I think it was, but it's the same principle all the way around. This time I just distressed edges, inked all around to tidy it up and tie all the colours in. And then when you open it up, it's the same scenario, only in the front here, excuse me, I've got some A.T.Cs that I made when my friend Marlene came to stay, using the Stamperia rice paper, which is absolutely glorious. What I did then was just inked around it, put some Mod Podge on it to seal, some medium modelling paste here, I think it was the Viva Decor, and the rice papers just fit this so beautifully. A double layer of craft card, and they are so sturdy. I'm actually loving the way that they have come together. So I put that one back into its little pocket here, its little sleeve, and show you that there are 5 or 6 altogether. These are quite dark, but you know, if I'd put them on a lighter card paper, excuse the glare, then you know, you would have seen a different aspect to it. There's the last one, is it? No, I've got a couple more. There's the key, and again they've all been decorated in the same way, but I did enjoy putting these together. A clock with a little sentiment, treasure every day's magic, which is rather lovely. And then further on I've got some lovely A.T.Cs again from people that entered my challenge that time ago, and I just love the way it's all come together. So I figured out I need another 6 of these books, roughly speaking, to put my whole collection in, but they are such a pleasure to put together. I don't feel it's a chore to go on and do that. I've just put the eyelet in here, as you can see, and added some ribbon. That's my little light bulb coming out of the edge there. There's a great advert, don't you know? But they do sit there quite nicely. It's just that this one has been pushed around somewhat today, but you know, you can see them all on a little shelf and looking quite lovely all together as they sit there. So again, I was really thrilled with how these little projects came out. If you would like a tutorial on it, although it's not my idea, as I always tell you, it is someone else's, but perhaps for someone that doesn't know Teresa Morgan or isn't signed up with Marina, then you know, I will, if you leave word underneath, I will do a tutorial at some point and show you how very easy they are to put together. So I will widen out so you can see all these lovelies and get all the shading that's going on as well. And thank you very kindly for sharing this time with me. Happy Mother's Day to all my friends in the UK, and to my American friends, and to anyone that has had a child, whether it's survived or not. I think it's very important to mention infantile deaths. It's out there and it needs to be recognised. So thank you once again, everyone. Take care. Bye bye for now.